Hello, students! Today, we are going to learn about one of the most important topics in biology: cell structure. The cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Every living organism, from tiny bacteria to large animals and plants, is made up of cells. Cells perform all the essential activities necessary for life, including respiration, growth, reproduction, excretion, and response to the environment. Before studying the individual parts of a cell, let's understand that there are two main types of cells: plant cells and animal cells. Both types share many common structures, such as the cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, and Golgi apparatus. However, plant cells possess some additional structures, including a cell wall, chloroplasts, and a large central vacuole, which are absent or less developed in animal cells. Let us start with the outer boundary of the cell, known as the cell membrane. The cell membrane is a thin, flexible layer that surrounds the cell and separates its contents from the external environment. It is selectively permeable, meaning it controls what substances can enter and leave the cell. Oxygen, water, and nutrients can pass into the cell, while waste products are removed through the membrane. In this way, the cell membrane helps maintain a stable internal environment. Inside the cell membrane lies the cytoplasm, a jelly-like substance that fills most of the cell. The cytoplasm contains water, dissolved nutrients, salts, and all the cell organelles. Most of the chemical reactions necessary for life occur here because it contains numerous enzymes that speed up these reactions. The cytoplasm also supports and suspends the organelles within the cell. One of the most important organelles found in both plant and animal cells is the nucleus. The nucleus acts as the control center of the cell because it contains the genetic material, or DNA. DNA carries the instructions for all cellular activities, including growth, repair, metabolism, and reproduction. The nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear membrane and contains a dense region called the nucleolus, which helps in the production of ribosomes. Another vital organelle is the mitochondrion, often called the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria are responsible for aerobic respiration, a process that releases energy from food. This energy is stored in the form of ATP, which powers all cellular activities. Cells that require large amounts of energy, such as muscle cells, contain many mitochondria. Scattered throughout the cytoplasm are tiny structures called ribosomes. Ribosomes are the sites of protein synthesis. They use genetic instructions from the nucleus to build proteins, which are needed for growth, repair, and many other cellular functions. Ribosomes may be found freely floating in the cytoplasm, or attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, is a network of membrane channels that transport materials throughout the cell. There are two types of ER. The rough endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes attached to its surface and is involved in protein synthesis and transport. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum lacks ribosomes and is responsible for lipid synthesis and detoxification of harmful substances. Proteins and lipids produced by the ER are sent to the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus consists of flattened membrane sacs that modify, sort, package, and transport substances to different parts of the cell or outside the cell. It acts much like a packaging and distribution center. Another important organelle is the vacuole. Vacuoles are membrane-bound sacs used for storage. They can store water, sugars, minerals, and waste products. In plant cells, there is usually one large central vacuole that helps maintain turgor pressure, keeping the cell firm and supporting the plant. Animal cells may contain several smaller vacuoles. Plant cells possess a unique structure called the cell wall, which lies outside the cell membrane. The cell wall is made mainly of cellulose and provides strength, support, and protection. It helps maintain the shape of the plant cell and prevents it from bursting when water enters. Another structure found only in plant cells is the chloroplast. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, the green pigment responsible for absorbing light energy. They are the sites of photosynthesis, the process by which plants make glucose from carbon dioxide and water using sunlight. During photosynthesis, oxygen is released as a byproduct. Animal cells contain specialized organelles called lysosomes. Lysosomes are small sacs filled with digestive enzymes. They break down waste materials, worn-out organelles, and harmful microorganisms that enter the cell. Because of this function, lysosomes are often called the cell's recycling centers. Finally, animal cells contain centrioles, which are cylindrical structures located near the nucleus. Centrioles play an important role during cell division by helping organize spindle fibers that separate chromosomes into daughter cells. To summarize, each organelle has a specific role that contributes to the survival of the cell. The nucleus controls the cell. Mitochondria produce energy. Ribosomes make proteins. The ER transports materials. The Golgi apparatus packages substances. Vacuoles store materials. Chloroplasts carry out photosynthesis. Cell walls provide support. Lysosomes digest waste. And centrioles assist in cell division. Understanding the structure and function of cell organelles is essential because cells are the building blocks of all living organisms. By studying cells, we gain insight into how life functions at its most fundamental level.